My name is Rob Ingram. I am Head of Employability at Falmouth University. Falmouth University is a small specialist arts university located in Cornwall. Got about 6,000 students split out amongst undergraduate and postgraduate courses. Because of our geographical situation, it was really important that we built up a really robust set of employers right across the country, because although where we are based as a university, our students come from all over the world. So being able to connect with employers locally, nationally and internationally has been really, really important part of our strategy. So what stood out about Handshake, I suppose, over some of the other systems we looked at were around the virtual component. So we are relatively geographically isolated and certainly far enough away from London and other big cities to make employer engagement more challenging. So the idea of having a system that allowed virtual engagement with companies means that we're able to massively broaden out our students' ability to connect with a broader range of companies and our ability to form networks and relationships with businesses that would otherwise have relied on a lot of travel to do. I think one of the major selling points for us with Handshake was the out-of-the-box functionality. What the payoff of that is, everything works exactly as it should work. Then you ultimately save a lot more time and staff resource. So when it came to implementation, we had a very, very tight timeline. I think we may hold the Handshake record for the fastest implementation. I suppose the process outlined by Handshake was really useful. There were step-by-step guides, training and additional support as needed, essentially a ready-made plan for us to adopt internally. And I think somewhere in the order of 6 weeks for the installation from start to finish.
Generally, the technical support I thought was really brilliant. There was a good mix in the approach of sort of non-technical involvement of the service itself, but then also being willing to get into the technical nitty-gritty and being flexible on that with me and the developers working on our integrations and authentication systems.
Biggest things that's impressed us has been the engagement and reach with the email campaigns, being able to really actively track the open and click-through rates and calls to action through those emails to events, to opportunities to students, and being able to target specific groups of students and graduates has been probably one of the things that's impressed us the most. I think alongside that, we've been really impressed by the organic growth of employers that are prepared and happy to connect with us as a university. We went from a pretty low base in terms of contacts within the careers department to a really robust group of employers across a whole range of industries in a really short amount of time.
Yeah, the Handshake help desk have been super responsive, usually coming back, like within the hour or within hours.
So this academic year, we've used the first destination survey tool in Handshake, which we essentially ran a keeping in touch survey at the 6-month point, the old Delhi point, to find out what it might be that our graduates would need help with in this particularly unusual year. So based on those responses, and we've got about 30% of the response, we've been managed to group those student responses into different categories to allow us to do customized and tailored approaches back to those students to highlight all the support that's on offer for them. And we're starting to see that engagement now and hope obviously that converts into meaningful outcomes for those graduates. The organic growth of the network has been fairly phenomenal, with us connecting with something in the order of 900 new employers since launch across a range of different industry sectors. The other thing that we're able to do is to regionally connect in with our partners, whether they're regionally or nationally, and still have those one-to-one relationships whilst giving our students a broader range of options.
As the network grows and more students kind of activate their profiles, in the long run, I can really see how new starting students can access this huge, vast record of alumni and see kind of what they've done in view to maybe help them with their next steps.
With no additional funding or time, it's quite difficult to create a mentoring program out of thin air, but what we can do is use Handshake, and I've just done a kind of a 3-step process how students can search for and start a conversation with alumni through the platform. We'd rate Handshake very highly at the university. It's really helped us to fulfill some of our strategic objectives. It's been great for the team to get involved in the setup and the implementation and start to develop some of those processes. And I think our students are starting to see a lot of value. And some of the anecdotal feedback we've had from our employer partners is they appreciate being able to go into one place and do everything